Since I stopped using relaxers over 10 years ago, I have consumed probably hundreds of thousands of articles, videos, and blogs about healthy hair. Eventually, everything became repetitive until about 2 years ago, I came across this video. And while some people might find it a little bit controversial, for me, it was a breath of fresh air to be exposed to a different perspective, especially since I rarely come across hair research that is based on people with African ancestry. In the title of the video, Nadine Rua states that if you are black, you cannot have low porosity hair. Before I continue, I must start by explaining what hair porosity means and why it is relevant. I'll later go over Nadine's video and whether I agree with her hypothesis. And finally, I'll go over different hair care methods for different hair porosity types. Hair porosity is a critical factor in determining how well hair can absorb and maintain moisture, which is essential for maintaining healthy hair. It is characterized as high, medium, or low, based on how quickly hair takes in water and how quickly it loses it. Low porosity hair has a tightly bound cuticle layer, making it resistant to moisture absorption. This type of hair often appears shiny and healthy, but can struggle to retain moisture. Products may sit on the surface rather than being absorbed, leading to product buildup. Individuals with low porosity hair may need to use heat or steam to help open the cuticle for better product absorption. Medium porosity hair features a cuticle layer that is neither too tight nor too loose, allowing for effective moisture absorption and retention. This type of hair is relatively easy to manage, allegedly, and individuals can often use a wide range of products without experiencing buildup or excessive dryness. High porosity hair has gaps and holes in the cuticle layer, which allows moisture to enter easily but also leads to rapid moisture loss. Individuals with high porosity hair may benefit from heavier products that provide moisture and sealants to help lock in hydration. Understanding hair porosity can help tailor hair care routines to meet specific needs, ultimately leading to healthier hair. By recognizing whether hair is low, medium, or high in porosity, individuals can choose appropriate products and techniques to enhance moisture, retention, and overall health. There are a few popular ways that are said to test the porosity of the hair. You may have come across the glass of water test. To perform this test, a clean strand of hair is placed in a glass of water. After a few minutes, if the hair floats on the surface, it is said to be low porosity. If the hair sinks slowly, it is labeled as medium porosity, and if the hair sinks to the bottom quickly, it is labeled as high porosity. I have tried this test a couple of times and my hair floated at the top. I later learned that this could indicate that it's low porosity, or it could also suggest that I have product buildup. But in this case, Nadine Rua says that the floating is more related to the density of the hair compared to the water, rather than its porosity, similar to the way a sponge behaves in water, even though it is very porous. Another method is the slip and slide test, which involves running your fingers up a strand of hair. If the hair feels smooth and slippery, it is likely low porosity. If it feels slightly rough, it may be medium porosity, and if it is very rough or bumpy, it is very likely to be high porosity due to the cuticle layers being opened up. This seems like a very good method, but not one that I have put into practice because I just haven't asked people for their strands of hair. There is also a water or product absorption test. This test involves applying a product to a small section of hair and observing with the naked eye how quickly it absorbs, or applying water to the hair like in the shower and analyzing how quickly the water is absorbed. Low porosity hair may take longer to absorb the products in the water, while high porosity hair may absorb them more quickly and also lose the moisture more rapidly. This method is not very feasible for me because I struggle to tell whether hair is shiny or it's just absorbing water. And I struggle to tell if the hair is repelling water or if the hair is just naturally sheen. Now back to the video that I saw a couple of years ago. The creator presents research from 3 different sources demonstrating that hair cuticles from people with African ancestry are the most lifted and have the most gaps, followed by the hair cuticles of those with European ancestry, while people with East Asian ancestry have the most cuticle layers on their hair strands. She highlights that according to the FBI website, forensic scientists utilize these differences in microscopic hair analysis to gather information to identify the individuals that they are investigating. The creator explains that more gaps in the cuticle mean more space for water to enter and exit, resulting in higher porosity. This information is particularly relevant for those developing hair products for Afro hair, as understanding porosity can lead to better formulations that address the need for moisture and leave-in products. The study she references includes over 300 American participants, all women with virgin hair samples that have not been relaxed or bleached, showcasing a variety of hair textures. While her sources may not be easily accessible to everyone, she thoughtfully displays the articles on screen and adds the links to the articles in her description for those who would like to research further. Now let's talk about some of the limitations of these findings. First off, the studies are USA based, I believe, and it would be great to see more research conducted around the world. Since I could not access the full article, I have questions such as whether the participants with African ancestry straighten their hair more often than those with European or East Asian descent. I would also like to know who is considered Black in this context, and how do mixed race individuals fit in. Nadine does mention this in her video, but I am curious to know what it says in these articles. Additionally, I'd like to know how the environment plays a role in these findings. I appreciate the scientific approach to hair care, so it would be interesting to conduct similar studies in different regions of the USA and globally. While I don't fully agree with the hypothesis that all Black people cannot have low porosity hair, mainly due to the ambiguity of who is considered Black, I do believe that the information in these studies are relevant. Based on this information, I believe that individuals with predominantly African ancestry and tightly coiled hair are likely to have high porosity hair. It is important to note that there is a spectrum within the high porosity range, just as there is a range within other traits, such as skin color. For example, most people of African descent have darker skin, but there are exceptions, with some individuals naturally having lighter skin tones even compared to people of Asian or European descent. I want to make it clear that this video is not meant to be exclusionary. I do want to highlight the importance of understanding the nuances within science, services, and healthcare. Just as doctors must recognize how conditions like rosacea manifest differently on dark skin and light skin, hairdressers must understand how hair dye works on blonde hair versus brunette hair. Eye surgeons need to know how blue, green, and brown eyes react differently. As a scientist that dabbles in formulating hair products, I'm eager to understand how different ingredients impact each hair type, so that I can ensure that everyone can make informed decisions and achieve optimal hair health. Future studies could always explore the genetic factors that contribute to hair porosity, which could lead to more personalized and accurate recommendations for hair care. Researchers could also examine how various hair care products such as moisturizers, oils, and treatments affect the porosity of hair over time. This would help in understanding how different routines impact porosity and overall health. Future research could also explore how cultural practices and societal perceptions influence hair care routines, and the products individuals choose, especially within different ethnic groups. Understanding these factors can lead to more targeted product development and better advice for people based on both their hair type and cultural context. Additional research could also focus on how different ethnic groups exhibit variations in porosity, allowing for a deeper understanding on the intersection between ethnicity, genetics, and hair growth. When I saw this video for the first time, I decided to drop the low porosity specific practices and I started incorporating some high porosity products. While I was not very consistent with my hair care, I did notice a difference. With that being said, here's a few ways that you can care for your hair depending on your porosity. If you've got low porosity hair, you can help to maintain healthy hair by using products that gently open the cuticle to allow moisture to absorb. Since low porosity hair can resist moisture, using heat can help some products to penetrate better. Try applying deep conditioners with a heat cap or using steam. Lightweight, water-based products work best because heavier creams or butters might tend to sit on top of your hair and weigh it down. For medium porosity hair, you could keep your hair healthy by balancing moisture and protein. This hair type tends to hold moisture well, but still needs a little extra care to stay strong. Regular conditioning and occasional deep conditioning treatments would help to keep your hair soft and hydrated. You could also use a combination of mainly moisturizing and some protein-rich products to maintain a balance. Regular trims could keep your hair healthy and free from split ends. And a light leave-in conditioner or a light styling gel can help define your natural texture without weighing it down. For those with high porosity hair, you can focus on locking in moisture and protecting your hair from damage. Since high porosity hair absorbs moisture quickly but loses it just as fast, deep conditioning treatments should be part of your regular routine. You can also incorporate more protein treatments. Using heavier oils or butters like shea butter can help seal in moisture and keep your hair hydrated. It's also best to avoid harsh chemicals. Protective styles like braids or twists can help to reduce breakage, and also getting regular trims can help to avoid split ends. Remember, if you already have a routine that works for you and your hair is thriving, please take everything I said with a grain of salt. Comment below what you think about this conversation. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Thank you for watching.